I'm going to talk about the media fast and the media immersion task that we asked to do to help us complete our fourth assignment. Firstly, what I classed as media for this media fast were things like the TV, my laptop, my phone, which all included things like the internet and TV programmes, films, social networking sites and the like. So that's what I class as media. I also included books in this, mainly anything that kind of entertains me and what I use within my downtime, or what I use practically every day to communicate and the like. I did it for a Sunday because I knew that I wouldn't be out and experiencing and coming into contact with a lot of media. For example, if I was in a lecture, I would have. So I did it on a Sunday where I knew that I'd be probably inside the majority of the day. So for the Saturday night, I turned off my phone because I usually use that as an alarm, but I thought Sunday I'll just wake up naturally because I've not got anywhere to be. So I had to turn off my phone. I didn't tell anyone what I was doing because I thought on a Sunday I wouldn't really have that much communication as I would during the week. During the week I get a lot more texts and calls and messages and the like, as opposed to the weekend, because everybody tends to be a bit more chilled out. So that's what I did. My phone is my main source of communication with most people. Not only do I call people and text people in it, I also use Facebook and Twitter, where I, connect with all my friends and family and the like. What I did on my day was, basically I'll start by saying that it was a really, really hard task. Normally, to pass the time, I'll just go on the internet, check Facebook, scrolling down, not really doing anything, but it feels a slight bit of boredom, and it gets me doing something, regardless if I'm just staring at the screen blankly. To me, it feels like I'm doing something. Whereas today I couldn't do any of that, so I had to do things that normally I'd actually put off doing, and I'd procrastinate with the internet instead. So I completely blitzed my room, cleaned my bathroom, hoovered, sorted things out that, usually I'd be like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, because I just needed something to pass the time, because I felt like I was going crazy not being able to do anything. I also relied a lot on social interaction between my flatmates and my friends. Normally I don't find social interaction via Facebook and stuff, it doesn't meet my needs. Like, I have to be a face-to-face person, so that was fine. I didn't really feel out of the loop not being on Facebook, because I prefer to be talking to someone in person. So I was probably pestering my flatmates a lot because I was bored so much, and I was like, oh, let me come talk to you if you got anything to say, I'm so bored. I decided to go into town because I thought that got me out of the flat for a couple of hours, and it tends to pass the time. Sitting on the bus, couldn't listen to an iPod, which was really boring, just had to look out the window. And then throughout being in town, I did encounter bits of media such as advertisements and billboards, but I don't class them as media in this particular instance because they didn't really inform me of anything. They didn't entertain me, they didn't help me pass the downtime or anything. I didn't just stand and look at an advertisement for 5 minutes and be like, yeah, that was fulfilling. So that's why I didn't really class them as media. Overall, the experience was challenging, really, really challenging. I did find myself, not knowing what to do with myself really, which was quite scary in a way, because it kind of makes you think, why are we so dependent on things like a phone and a laptop and a TV and stuff? But it was quite scary to know that my life kind of revolved around and depended on these electronic objects. But in a way, I don't think that's a negative thing, as the world is, there's so many new technologies and new medias and stuff that the world revolves around. And I think going back to basics to where we don't have any of this and we try and rely on anything that's not digital technology is quite regressive, because technology kind of is the way forward. So I wasn't really worried in that sense. But it does make you think, if you were to lose all of these things, what would you do? But I mean, I coped fine when I was a child, and we didn't, when the internet was first coming in, so surely I could cope again if it was to be taken away from me. But initially it was quite a challenging experience, but it was quite a eye-opening one as well.